Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about something that is so small and yet so powerful. It is so ordinary and yet so extraordinary that it shapes every relationships we have. It shapes every community we belong to and even the way we see ourselves. And today I want to talk about words. Yes, words. Words and the weight and the power that they carry. Now, you've probably heard the old childhood saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." And when I was younger, hey, maybe even you too, I would repeat that little rhyme as if it were a shield. And oh, how I wanted it to be true. That is, if someone insulted me, if someone mocked me or belittled me, I could just shrug it off and walk away unaffected. But as I grew older, I began to realize something. That little rhyme, oh, it is a lie. And yes, I get it. I know what the writer is trying to imply, what the writer is trying to say. I get it. But nonetheless, that little rhyme is a lie. Because yes, sticks and stones can bruise the body, but words, let me tell you, words, they bruise the soul. They bruise the soul. And unlike the body, the soul often doesn't heal so quickly. Some of you listening to me right now might still remember the first cruel words spoken over you as a child. Hey, maybe someone called you stupid. Maybe someone called you dumb. Maybe someone said you weren't pretty enough, smart enough, or even strong enough. Or even they maybe used some derogatory, hateful term to describe you. And while bones heal, those words, they sometimes echo for decades. I once heard someone say that words are like seeds. Once they are planted, they grow. So if you plant seeds of kindness, love, and encouragement, you harvest trust, you harvest connection and hope. But if you plant seeds of cruelty, mockery, or bitterness, then guess what? You harvest insecurity, anger, brokenness, and the list goes on. So now let me give you a story. A young girl once told me about her father. She said she loved him. She said she loved her father dearly. But whenever she made a mistake, he would say, "You'll never get anything right. You're so clumsy." And so she carried those words like a hidden chain well into adulthood. She carried those words with her, so much so that even after she achieved success after success, she still doubted herself. Why? Well, it's because in her mind, she still heard her father's voice saying to her, "You'll never get anything right." And that's the power of words. They stay with us. And if we don't eradicate those lies, then sadly, they shape us. And words are never neutral. They are never neutral. Because words, they either build up or they tear down. Words, they either heal or they wound. History itself proves this. With words, wars have been started. With words, nations have been divided. But also with words, freedom has been declared, peace has been restored, and the movement of justice have risen. Think about leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose words, "I have a dream," still ring in our hearts decades later. Decades later, we can still hear those words, "I have a dream." And why is this? Well, it's because those words did not just describe a vision, they ignited a movement. On the other hand, think of dictators who use fiery, hateful words to stir fear, division, and destruction. Entire generations suffered because words were used as weapons. Listen, words carry weight, and they have the power to spark hope in a weary soul, or they have the power to ignite fury in a fragile heart. Words can be instruments of healing or weapons of destruction, and often the difference lies in how we choose to use them. I mean, it's no wonder then that people sometimes take great offense to words, and that's because words touch something deep inside of us. Words, they speak not only to our minds, but they speak to our hearts. They also speak to our identities and our sense of worth. You see, when someone feels misunderstood, disrespected, or dismissed, the reaction can be fierce. And sometimes, tragically, those reactions lead to broken friendships. They lead to fractured families and even violence. Here's an everyday example. A manager at work criticizes an employee in front of everyone, saying, "You're useless. You can't do anything right." Now, that one sentence doesn't just embarrass the employee, it crushes their confidence, and maybe it even causes them to quit a job that they love. And for what? All because of words. On the other hand, if that same manager had said, "I noticed some mistakes, but I know you can improve. Let's work on this together." And now, guess what? The employee might walk away encouraged, motivated, and even more loyal. Same situation, but different outcome. All because of words. So what does this mean for us? Should we remain silent, afraid of saying the wrong thing? No. Silence is definitely not the answer. But wisdom, grace, love, and consideration are. As the saying goes, give correction with a grain of salt. So every time we speak, we have a choice. We can either speak to soothe, or we can speak to sting. We can speak to heal, or we can speak to hurt. We can speak to bring light, or we can speak to deepen the shadows and the darkness. So remember that even when we must correct someone, even when we must speak truth that is uncomfortable, we still have the choice and the power to deliver that truth in a way that honors their dignity. Correction doesn't have to be cruel. Guidance doesn't have to be harsh. And change doesn't have to come through shame. It can come through compassion. So let me share another story. There was a teacher who noticed one of her students was struggling, and not because he wasn't capable, but because he did not believe in himself. So instead of scolding him, you know what this wise teacher did? She wrote these little words at the top of his paper. "I believe in you. I believe in you." And years later, that student returned to thank her. He said those words changed his life. Why? They were just words. Well, it's because someone used words to lift him up instead of tearing him down. Think about the words you most remember in your own life. Chances are the ones that changed you the most weren't shouted in anger, but spoken with gentleness. A parent who believed in you, a grandparent, a friend who reminded you of your worth, a mentor who saw potential in you even when you doubted yourself. And all of those words, they mattered. They planted seeds of hope. They planted resilience, and they make us rise. So today, I want to encourage you. Be intentional with the words you speak. Don't waste them on gossip. Don't waste them on insults or negativity. Instead, use your words to lift others up. Use them to tell someone that they are loved. Use them to remind someone that they are stronger than they think. Because words don't just touch ears, they touch hearts. They touch lives. Sometimes a simple "I'm proud of you" can heal years of silence. Sometimes a gentle and quiet "I'm sorry" can restore a broken relationship. Sometimes a firm but gentle "I know you can do better. I know you can do better" can spark a fire of change in someone's life. So yes, sticks and stones may break our bones, but words, oh, words can break a heart. Words can destroy a dream or crush a spirit. Yet on the other hand, words can also mend a broken heart. Words can spark a dream back to life and restore a weary spirit. So always remember that the power lies in our hands, in our tongues, and in our choices. So may we choose wisely. May we speak gently. May we always deliver our messages, even when firm or corrective, with grace, with love, and with consideration for all people. And may our words become the kind of legacy that people carry with them, not as wounds, but as treasures. So let me ask you, what do you think about the power of words and why? Have words ever changed your life for the better or for the worse? I'd love to hear your story. Please do share, and bye for now.